to St. Mary's. My name is Greg Schiestel, and I would like to share with you today how God changed my life. On October the 18th of 2006, the day of my 13th birthday, my life changed. Because it was on that day that my mom told my family that she had found a lump under her arm. We found out soon after that it was cancer and that it was progressing fast. Up until that point, I had no reason to pray. But in the months following the diagnosis, I prayed harder than I ever had before. I was also invited into my mom's prayers. From spending time with her, I started asking very honest and hard questions. What happens after we die? What is the resurrection? And why do bad things happen to good moms? Suffering has meaning, and how can that be offered for others? I saw her relationship with Jesus become unbreakable as the sickness progressed. I offered my prayers and did my best to imitate the ways in which she offered her suffering for others. Now fast forward to the last day of March break in 2007. On that day, a police officer showed up at my door and told my dad and I that there had been a terrible accident. My mother had been airlifted to hospital, and my Oma, who was in the car, passed away on impact. We stayed at the hospital for 2 weeks, hoping that she would pull through, like she had always done. To me, my mom was bulletproof. At the end of that 2-week stay in the hospital, my doctors told us that my mom would never wake up. After hearing this news, I just ran and found myself in some hidden away place in the hospital. I had a small crucifix around my neck that was a gift from my mom. I looked at it and thought, if this pain and death is all that there is, then I don't want to live in this world anymore. I looked at the darkness within my life that was consuming me, and I stood at the edge of it, and I felt for the first time in my life that I was alone and unloved. And I almost despaired. I was afraid to be alone with myself and with others because of the darkness that I felt in my life. I didn't know what I would do. And the only thing that pulled me back from the edge of this darkness was my mom's witness to her relationship with Jesus. And I thought to myself, if she believed, then perhaps I could as well. And in that hospital, I made the most honest prayer that I could think of, which was, Father, if you are indeed real, I need you to show up today, because I don't want to be alone anymore. I knew that my mom believed in the resurrection, and she believed in something more, and I did not have to walk this path alone. I chose to trust God with my life, and I invited him to be at the center of it. And on the Feast of the Annunciation, I held her hand as she died. I know now that I encountered God that day, even in the midst of my suffering. And he has been in my life since, and I have never doubted that I am alone or unloved. To this day, Jesus has never left me. And through all the griefs and the joys that I've experienced these 14 years, and he has always been a much better friend to me than I deserve. I will never leave him because I love him. He saved my life that day, and I want to be with him forever. Now, I know that each of you has a story just like mine, that you encountered Jesus, and perhaps you're still finding that out. If you would like to write that testimony down, you can do that with CCO, and we'll be having those workshops to write those stories. The testimony workshops will take place Thursday evening and Saturday morning. If you will find more info, and if you'd like to sign up, you can do that in the flop note. Thank you so much.